What's up, guys? Thank you very much for tuning into the channel today, as we got a lot of stuff coming today, something really big that I've been waiting on for like forever now. And if actually I'll show you how long I've been waiting on it for. When I say it's been a while, this is the amount of dust that's been on my grill since it's been in. So if that doesn't put it in perspective, I'm not sure what will. And anyways, we are filling that in right there. We're gonna put that in today, and it's actually gonna be a set of headlights. So these headlights were built by a buddy down in Texas. He's the guy who does all my headlight work, did my past 2 sets, and absolutely happy with his work. His name is Albert, and he runs Gold Standard Lighting. So what he did with these headlights is, as you can see, this is the color underneath all the dust. This is the color we're going with. It's a red, and that is the color of the wheels for those of you that are new. And that color is going to be like accented all throughout the truck. The axles will be red, the suspension will be red, control arms, interior pieces. On the last video, if you didn't see it, we actually did the iPad inside, and we had some red accents on the side of that mount. Just kind of cool stuff all throughout the truck where you would kind of expect to see it from the factory, but you can tell it's kind of custom. Let's stop wasting time and let's get this box open right here. Alright, so here is the headlight right here. Outside trim, this right here used to be chrome. Inside on the projectors there, you can see now they're red inside. That used to be chrome as well. All the black is painted on the inside, as well as these halos right here are switchback halos, and we'll get into those in a little bit. On top of the headlights, I actually have some few other things that I got to go with them. Right here are switchback bulbs, and right here are just some resistors that will keep these from flashing, like hyper flashing. What is hyper flashing? That's basically when you ever like stop at a red light and you see a car and it puts on its turn signal and the brake light is just flashing like really fast. That's because the computer's telling it, hey, you got a burnout bulb, whether it's on the front or the back, it's on whatever side is blinking. And when you use LEDs, they actually use a lot less voltage than your normal bulb would. So it actually thinks that the bulbs burn out, when really the LED's just drawing such little voltage that it's tricking it into thinking it's burnout when it's really not into being burnout. That's when these guys come into play. You plug your bulb into here, and this would plug in to the truck itself. And then right here, your 2 resistors. These will absorb the current and basically trick the truck into thinking a bulb's there and it's drawing the right amount of current. So these bad boys will be going right in here and in here. I don't know if any of you remember, but on these trucks, these are actually orange right in here. And we went ahead and did clear reflectors in there so those white bulbs will shine through there. Why am I using white bulbs? I want to keep this truck completely clean. I mean, this is all personal preference, but I personally like the look of just whole truck's white. The mirrors are gonna have white lights in them. The headlights are gonna have all white. Literally, there's not gonna be any ounce of amber in it. Now, how am I gonna use it for turn signals? Well, switchback lighting. Just as the name suggests, it literally switches back between white, as you can see the LEDs, the white, and then it'll go to amber when you hit the turn signal. Same with these halos right here. These halos will be white when I turn the key on. That's how we're gonna wire them up today with you guys. And then once I hit my turn signal, these halos will start flashing orange. That keeps me 100% legal, as well as gives me the look that I wanted to keep, which is the white, clean look. I mean, white truck, white lights, I think it'll look great. One other piece that I didn't mention was this used to actually be a normal chrome housing right here, and this is the high beam bulb. So what we went ahead and did is threw a projector in there to match the OEM projector up here. This is the low beam that has it. This is the high beam down here. Alright, so I said I'll just open the other box up here, get the other headlight out, got it out, and just when I thought, you know, I don't have enough wires yet to worry about, why don't we just add all these right here. Found this beautiful box in there, and it's showing us how to wire in the switchback halos, which are these right here, so we can make them work with the turn signals. Directions don't seem too terrible, but I mean, this is kind of saying otherwise. It's starting to get this figured out now. So you remember how there was 2 halos per headlight? 2 driver boxes per headlight, 1 for each halo. That'll plug into the halo right there, trace it down to here. And we will have the yellow, which is going to be our trigger wire. black, which is obviously going to be our ground. I was using the factory harness here, just kind of playing with each of these, and I put the 4-ways on to figure out which one was my trigger wire for the Switchback Halo. And I found out that I traced it back to this wire right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use these little clips here that'll grab onto the wire there. Now normally, I'll be honest, I do try and avoid using these things at all costs. I'm the type of guy that likes to do it right the first time and have it like permanent. But something with factory wiring, I don't really want to be permanent. I'll use these little guys here and they will do the job just fine for this case. It's not like I'm gonna be flying off ramps or anything and jumping the thing. I'm not really concerned about it coming apart. Got one light in here. In theory, the amber one should come on with the turn signal. As you can see, kind of tough to see through there, but I got one of the LED switchbacks in there, so that should also flash orange. Down here, I didn't get to that yet. I just want to see if it works, so let's go ahead. I'll put the 4-ways on, and let's hope that it comes on. And perfect. That's what I was hoping for. It's actually really bright given it's in the middle of the day right now. And you can see that orange LED back in there. Halo, these are the plasma halos, so you're not going to find all those tiny little LEDs. My last truck had that and I wasn't really a fan of it, so these are definitely, so far, I think the way to go. Both headlights are in and wired up. So before I show you what it looks like all lit up and with the grill in there, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten all the bolts up. All right, all tightened up. Now let's go ahead and throw the grill right in there. Well guys, as you can see, it is pretty much dark outside now. We started in the middle of the day. As you can see in the beginning, it's sunny. Now it's like 8:30 at night. It probably took me about 4 or 5 hours. Could I have done it quicker? Yeah, but I wanted to make sure it was done right, because I mean, that's my philosophy of doing everything, do it right the first time. Love the way this thing came out. Now the only thing to do now is last final touch. And to me, I'd say that made it about 95 times meaner in the front. Just the way the bars go across, that's the whole look I was going for. Originally, the headlights in the middle, this was actually white right here. And I had him repaint it and get all this black in here because I wanted to keep that look of just like a bar going the whole way across the front end. That's what I was after the whole entire time. And I'm very glad I did that. As you can see, the red in there, like I was saying, to match the wheels. Color there lines up perfectly with this color here on the emblem they did. But yeah, like I said, I'm really happy how this came out. If I do it again, I really wouldn't change a single thing. But from here, as you can see, something's missing here. Get some ears right there to go on next. Those should probably be here within about a week, I'd say. And those are gonna be real simple. We're gonna rip the door panel out. 3 bolts hold those in, put it back in. I'll show you guys exactly how to take the door panel off of this truck. And it pretty much converts to about every other truck out there, especially GM anyways. You're gonna have the main bolts in the main places. So I'll show you guys how to do that, as well as installing the mirrors. I feel like the truck is gonna be dead. So let's see if it is. And I absolutely killed it. Which is never a great thing to do when considering you have 2 batteries in there. So I guess little Chevy's gonna have to come to the rescue here. I can honestly say I've never killed that battery before in my life. That was the first time I've ever done that, and hopefully the last time I ever do. But I mean, just sitting there for so long. And on top of that, I haven't driven the truck in a month or so. So I really should not be surprised about that. And I had the 4-ways on a lot to see which wires I needed, testing and all that stuff. So we got the jumper cables now. Well, it's gonna take a while for this thing to charge up. I mean, you got 2 big batteries, and all I have right now is the 1500 little 5.3 charging it right now. And this thing needs a lot of juice to fire up, so we'll wait for that to charge up. So the way that I wired the halos into the headlights is I want them to be on when I put the key on. I don't have to worry about flipping a switch or turning the headlights on for them to come on. So what I did is I found the fuse that comes on with the key. For the switchbacks, like I told you earlier, I found that small little trigger wire just for messing around with the 4-ways and finding which got a pulse of voltage when I had the 4-ways on. So I found that, and then pretty much just went from there. It wasn't really too bad. It's just a lot of hiding wires and figuring out where one went. I mean, honestly, as soon as I got the first one in, the second one went by like 3 times as fast. When I turn the key on here, your halos come on. I don't know if that camera's going to be able to focus on that. See more of the GoPro than anything. And the one thing I found out was I had a defective bulb, LED bulb of course. So I just pulled it out for now, and I'll send that back. Let me go hit the turn signal for you. You can see what I mean by the switchback. Oh, it's on the other side. We'll hit the left. There we go. Let's go see what it looks like out here. Perfect. Now, if you can't tell I'm turning with that, I mean, you should probably just have your license revoked, because that is very bright. I mean, even on the camera it shows up bright, but in person it's even 20 times brighter. I wonder what the chances are that it is charged. Alright. There we go. Like I said, no startup in about 3 weeks. And with the partially dead battery, like nothing. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps it up for today. I'm going to let this thing run for a little bit to get the battery charged up. Might take it for a little drive, as well as all the stuff inside. I think it's just because it hasn't been running so long. Like the iPad here, needs a little bit of charging. But anyways, quick update on the build before we go here. It's actually going to be done within, well, I shouldn't say done, it's going to be in the shop within the next 4 weeks or so. I'm going to be going on vacation soon. We're going to see how this thing does on a road trip down to Myrtle Beach. So stay tuned for that video. I'll let you know what kind of fuel economy I can get maxed out the whole way down, how the thing drives in general. So we're going to do that. But anyways, 4 weeks or so, it should be in the shop. Once it's in the shop, 3 weeks to actually build the thing they want. Just because it's not your everyday, say 6-inch and 35s. I'm not trying to knock that. I think it's an awesome setup. But they got to pull the axles out. They got to pull all the control arms out. All that kind of stuff. It's got to get taken off, powder coated, painted. And you can't just like paint something today and then all of a sudden throw it on the truck tomorrow. You got to make sure everything sits, and you know, good things take time, I guess. So guys, as always, I appreciate you watching the video, really do. If you enjoyed it, give me the thumbs up. I only want you to do that if you actually enjoyed it. And also, please hit that subscribe button if you want to see this truck fully transform. There's also a parts video I'll put at the end of this video to show you all the things that I have coming for this thing and pretty much what's going to happen to it, from airlifted train horns to 14-inch wide wheels, all that kind of cool stuff that goes into a build. We're going to be doing it here. So guys, if you can take that subscribe button from red to gray, I'd greatly appreciate that one. I'm going to go for a little cruise now. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.